All right, guys, welcome to MAS 115 today, online journalism. My name is Sam Ejiomi. So, today we'll be looking at a very interesting topic, which is citizen journalism, or what we also refer to as participatory journalism. Some people have referred to it as guerrilla journalism. It comes by different names, but in essence, what is citizen journalism? So when we talk about citizen journalism, we are talking about a wide range of activities in which everyday people like you um, and I, people that live in different places and all everyday people contribute information or commentary about news event. That is citizen journalism. Um, Another definition, according to Google, is that the collection, dissemination, and analysis of news by the public by means of cell phones, digital cameras, blog, etc. I think it is safe to say that citizen journalism is something we are all familiar with now, is something we all participate in. I mean, we probably tweet every day about event, things happening around us, and all that. That is citizen journalism. Because, now it's not just journalists that report news. A lot of us are involved in news reporting now, and that is what citizen journalism is about. So, the rise in citizen journalism, we can say, corresponds with the growth in new communication and information tech. Proud to the introduction of new media. Or let's take Nigeria for example. Before we had GSM in Nigeria, you see, a lot of news and information were largely dependent on what we get from the radio or from the television, right? But with the introduction of GSM, you know, people started sending broadcast messages and all those things, and then we now add we all have WhatsApp now these days. I mean, there's probably and no one that has not gotten a WhatsApp broadcast today. If especially if you're in these family groups and a lot of messages. I'm sure a lot of us have that experience where our mom or our dad sends us, messages, snaps picture, tell us something is happening. That is citizen journalism, and there has been a rise in citizen journalism, of course, because of the rise in technology, right? I think Dr. Suraj may have mentioned to you about what we call the Web 2.0. If not, he will still do that in some of his classes. So these new technologies serve as media for internet-based social interaction, and that's why we call them social media. So it's through social media websites such as Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, blogs, Instagram, of course. How did I miss Instagram in this? So I think I'll update my slide. Of course, Instagram and the rest. So citizens can report their own experiences and eyewitness account. For example, we looked at the 2009 Iranian uprising that was broadcasted through Twitter update through users so that change underscore for underscore Iran. That gave us real time information about what was happening in Iran that time. We also remember that the landing of a plane in the Hudson River, New York, on the 15th of January 2009 by Twitter users who witnessed the landing, such as Janice Crumbs below. You can see the tweet pic where it said, "There's a plane in the Hudson. I'm on the ferry going to pick up the people." Crazy. It was as the event happened right then that he tweeted about it. That is citizen journalism. It's something we are all too familiar with. One of a very good example was an Iraqi blogger who chronicled events of the Iraq war on his blog through 2002 to 2004. He was dubbed one of the most famous blogger in the world at that time. That's Salam Pat. It was quite it's quite interesting because I mean, Iraq was going through war, and a lot of media houses, of course, could not send their war correspondents, right? But this man in Iraq, a blogger, he was documenting and giving the world information. And a lot of media houses, were reporting based on the information that he made available to them. Of course, our very own DJ Switch, of course. And I know a lot of you probably were also involved during the NSAS protest. I mean, I went out for the protest on a couple of days and all that. And, till today, the event of the 12th of October 2020, remains highly controversial. But from the live stream of DJ Switch, we got some real-time feeds that made some revealing information. So that those are part of the things that we refer to as citizen journalism. When we talk about citizen journalism, what is the origin of citizen journalism? Where did it start from, and all that? Well, we could say that citizen journalism was at a point confined to when non-professional started reporting about giving us information about news. And like I said, it's still somehow tied and related to to the development of the internet technology. So we had platforms such as Now Public and Cyber Journalists. However, now with the use of blogs, microblogging sites, Twitter, and other social media platforms, and with the fact that our handheld devices, almost everyone now. I mean, it was almost impossible for me to function effectively because I got locked out of my phone for a couple of days. With the kind of mobile devices we carry now, high tech, high end phones that could take high resolution videos and pictures and record audios and all that, there's been a rise in citizen journalism, as it were. And then the growth in citizen journalism, or the growth of citizen journalism, has reduced the place of traditional newspaper and news outlets as the main source of current events. So most of the time, I mean, we don't have to wait for newspapers in the morning. I mean, it may be safe to say that a lot of you've probably not used the money to buy a newspaper before. So it is a fact that it has really affected the sales of paper. These statistics of U.S. newspaper circulation between 1990 and 2006. You can see, as you can see the slide, you can see how it's dropping. This is the blue line you can see is like the total on weekdays, and then you can see on Sundays, which normally a lot of people buy more newspaper. There has been a significant drop, from circulations in millions, from 62 million thereabout coming to less than 50 million, and getting less and lesser. And that was at 2006. Now the statistics is way crazy, you know and see the number of tweets per day that we have. Before, as it to some point we are like maybe less than 10 million. These days we have over 50 million tweets per hour. That's how much involvement we have now. So let's look at citizen journalism and the media. Excuse me. All right then. So let's look at citizen journalism and the media. Citizen journalism has transformed the power relationship between the media and the public. There was a time that, when you have important information, when you have something that you really need to say, I mean, you needed to get to a traditional media, you needed to get a TV station, you needed a journalist to get to a newspaper house, you needed to get to a radio station before you could express your view. You know, but in the last 4 years, we had the most powerful country. Oh, well, for the record, I wouldn't even know if it's between U.S. and China. But I mean, we could still say the U.S., right? We are the most powerful country in the world with a Twitter fingered president. That was it tweets almost every minute of his presidency. And it didn't even have to use the traditional media. In fact, we could say that President Donald Trump waged an active war against the traditional media, but he was still able to get out information. in real time and all that. And of course, it was so powerful that the Twitter had to censor him at towards the last days of his presidency. So to tell you how powerful the citizens have become when it comes to the way they put out information. And so it's no longer a situation where just professionals control the news. It's very open. It's a very open field now. So as a result, traditional media outlets, have attempted to harness the power of citizen journalism through collaboration with users. And because traditional houses now understand that, we can't do this alone. We need the citizens. Things are happening in Egbeda now. Things are happening in Yanokbaja, in Ikorodu, in Akoka, in Lekki, in VI, wherever you're listening or watching this video from, that professional reporters from all the media houses cannot be there. But you are there right now, and you can report something. At the end of this presentation, this slide, there is a little exercise that you're all going to do and that you have to submit. We'll talk about that in a bit. So, as a result, traditional media outlets now partner with citizens, and that has brought us to what we have these days. An example of such cooperations between the media outlets and journalists include, of course, BBC's user-generated content hub. There's a platform. Reuters partnership with blogging network Global Voices, and of course, the most popular being CNN's iReport. Of course, don't forget that in Nigeria we have our very own channels, TV channels, Eyewitness as well. So these are some of the partnerships that have come to be between media houses and citizens in terms of reportage and content creation and curation, of course. So these are a display of how the CNN iReport interface looks like. Remember, this is a display of the Channels TV Eyewitness report platform as well. I would like you guys to look for things happening around you, of course, and try and see if you could send it to Channels Eyewitness report as well. And let's see how many of you are able to get your content shown on Channels TV in this coming week. So, what are the things you could do on on CNN's iReport? You could submit videos, audios, photos from your mobile phone, from your computers, and tell your stories and have it shared on CNN's network televisions, channels, and website. And then through iReport, CNN harnesses the power of citizen journalism to convey breaking news and unique perspective in a way traditional media does not allow. However, as it will be seen, this collaboration between the media and citizen journalists holds significant benefits and drawbacks that has to be accounted for when providing quick and reliable information. Because the fact that you're in a place and you're taking pictures or sending video, some people could still misinform the public with the kind of information they send and all those things. We'll talk about that in a bit. What are some of the benefits of citizen journalism? Some of the benefits, of course, the very immediate benefits we can talk about is the increase in the speed and access to information. It has led to a very good way that people could access information. Traditional media is limited by access to resources and time. Like I said, professional. Imagine TVC sending reporters to every part of Lagos alone. No talk of every part of Nigeria, then West Africa, then Africa, then the whole world. I mean, it takes a lot of manpower to be able to do that. So, but with citizen journalism, the this participation, traditional media now has access, and then we could link up together and get this information. Citizen journalism has greatly increased the range of sources for events and the speed with which they can be communicated. So, we are not longer limited by just, oh, these are the few places reporters can be or covers. We have access to a whole lot of information now. This is fantastic. You know, this is fantastic. Let's take the NSAS protest for example. A lot of information that traditional media houses also because of ethics and restrictions and the clamp down by the government. A lot of things they could not report that we were getting simultaneously as events were happening in Lagos, in Port Harcourt, in Osun State, in every part of Nigeria. We were getting the feedback and the reports were coming in live, of course, through Twitter, through WhatsApp, through Instagram, and all these platforms. This is quite important. So, what are some of the drawbacks of citizen journalism? There has been a reduction in quality of content because of the fact that there is no gatekeeping when it comes to how information is shared among citizens. There is a litany of misinformation. I'm sure a lot of you have seen it, especially now. Let's look at this COVID 19 situation. A lot of information that we've gotten that, paracetamol can cure COVID, cannabis can cure COVID, it's a malaria, this thing and all that. A lot of information like that. So that's some of the drawbacks. A lot of information gets shared that are not true, that may be false, and that can be very, very misleading. And that is why one of the things we always talk about as professionals is the need to fact check. I think I've taught fact checking across different levels, and we'll still be talking about fact checking, of course, later on in this course. It has also reduced reliability, of course, because of the kind of information that is being sent around and all that. It has really affected that. I'm trying to go through these as much as possible so that we can go fast. In conclusion, citizen journalism has become a powerful tool to unite the media and the public to produce quick, reliable, and detailed stories, which neither group could accomplish alone. Citizens can't do the works of professionals. Professionals can't do the work of citizens. The collaboration has brought about a very robust and profitable, healthy relationship when it comes to the way we disseminate news. This collaboration has begun to revolutionize the way in which we obtain information about current events. See the way the NSAS protest was covered and reported. It could never have been possible without the involvement of citizens. And then there were certain angles that citizens could not have been able to put in perspective. But thankfully, the traditional media were there. I mean, a lot of us followed the interviews and events on Arise TV during that period. Nevertheless, the rise of citizen journalism poses significant risk that could reduce the quality and reliability of information being distributed to the public. As we said, there is always a need for fact checking and all that. So, as a result of this, uh, citizen journalism will likely continue to influence and play a role in traditional media, yet it will never be able to fully replace it. As much as we want to get all our news from from Twitter, from Facebook, and the rest. The truth is we still need you as a professional. So as a communicator, your role is important. The role you are playing as a gatekeeper in fact checking, in making sure that the information going out there is the authentic information and all that, your role is extremely important. All right, guys. I hope that we had a fantastic time, and I will be. You can check, of course, the slide just below. The link to the slide, the full slide is embedded on this platform. Don't forget that we'll continue again. To the next topic on the course outline. The course outline is also already on your platform. All right, then. Thank you so much for listening. Once again, my name is Sam Ejiomi. All right, so this is the quiz we are going to do this week, which should be submitted by the 2nd of February 2021. Yeah. So, and it's very simple. I want you to use your mobile device and report a newsworthy event. So, it could be anything, you know, anything that makes news. I'm sure Dr. Popola has taught you what news is. So anything that is newsworthy to you, it could be in picture, it could be a video, it could be an audio recording. If it's a picture, of course, you want to put a little text to tell us what is happening and explain and all that. So I want you to do that and take a picture, do a video, do anything that you want, report a newsworthy event, all right, and then post it on your Instagram page. Yes, I believe you have an Instagram page. If you don't have one, you should open one. All right, post it on your Instagram page. All right, and use the hashtag Unilag MAS 115, Unilag MAS 115. Of course, for the assignments to be valid, you must be following at Unilag Son. You must be following me, of course, at Sam Ejiomi. You must use the hashtag Unilag MAS 115, and you must tag at Unilagson and at Sam Ejiomi in the post. Like I said, it could be in any format. The deadline for submission is on the 2nd of February by 4 p.m. This information is for both full time and part time. All right, then, guys, thank you. Bye.